Hey there, Jackie here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to my new office. So I haven't finished decorating yet, but I have back in our home after we finished our remodel and back in my new updated office. I'm so excited about sharing this with you, and I will make a video and show you a little bit more. But right now I want to share with you my 5 top dating hacks for women over 50. Okay, so I decided to make this video 5 best hacks for dating over 50 because I was reflecting after coming back home, after we remodeled our home, how it's over 10 years since I met Michael. Over 10 years. It's been an incredible ride. I just feel like the luckiest girl in the world. I am so happy with my husband, and I just want that for you. So I come back here every week making you more videos, and I just thought that what would I wish someone would have told me over 10 years ago when I was online dating. So I'm going to give you my 5 best hacks. All right. The first hack is what sites and why. So really quickly, 2, Bumble, Match, my 2 favorite sites. And why? Because they're both of them are apps. I recommend you use your phone. You can take your phone anywhere. You can be on your phone on an app, on Bumble or Match on your phone. You can do it at the mall, in a doctor's office. You can do it sitting in your car on a lunch break. It's just so convenient, and that's what we want. We want things to be convenient. We want them to happen quickly, and this is the most, I think, the best 2 apps. I met Michael on Match, like I said, and I like Bumble because the women's makes the first move, and also because it moves so quickly. And I just think it's also very user friendly, and it has a lot of features that I think are really wonderful. And as a sidebar, I did make a training on Bumble. If you want it, I'll drop the link. It's a free training on how to use Bumble, and I have my client and I are working on her Bumble, filling up her beehive, and you can tap into that after this video if you want. Just check the comment section and you'll see the link to that. It's free, and I made it for you. I made it last year. Okay, now, so Bumble is great, but the one thing I'll caution you about Bumble is that it is a GPS site, meaning that if a man's lives in San Francisco, but he came to San Diego on work, he's going to maybe match with you, but you have to make sure you're really clear on asking, communicating, finding out if they're here for business or if they actually live in San Diego, and find out where they live, what neighborhood they live in, because I don't recommend that you're dating somebody that's on work from San Francisco, and you know what I mean? It's like, you don't know what they're doing. You want a relationship now. I don't recommend long distance relationships. There are, I'm not going to discourage you, but it's harder. We want physical touch. We want to be with somebody. We want to just do life with someone. And when they're living long distance, it's not the same. So just try out Bumble or Match. And if you're on other sites, just choose 2. I don't think you need to be on 5 different sites. Just, you don't have time for that, and you're not going to be as effective as if you were on 2 sites. So if you have 2 favorites, go with those. But I like these because they have a really big pull. Match has the biggest database, and that's really serves you well, because the niche sites I don't recommend, because, for example, like Christian Mingle, there are men on there that are not Christian. So it's a smaller group of people. And so if you're really good at asking questions and creating your profile that specifies what it is you're interested in, what your criteria is, then you can do just fine on Match because it has a bigger pool of people. So that's my recommendations, Match and Bumble. Now, the second hack that you really need to remember and not get swept up by how quickly things can, sometimes you're talking to somebody and things can get blown out of proportion really easy. You have to have a strategy. That's my second hack. You have to have a plan. That's all that is. If you're going to buy a house, you get a real estate agent. Most people do. If you're going to buy a car, you go down to the car dealership. There's salesmen that work there. Even when you go into a department store, you go and you get help. You make a plan. You let them know, hey, I'm going to a wedding. I need a dress. They start helping you get these dresses together. They go in the dressing room. You see what I'm saying? There's a process. You need to stick to a process because you're going to have results that way. It's when you don't stick to a process that you feel like you're not making any headway, like online dating doesn't work for me, but it does work. It works for everyone. So use it properly with the strategy. So what I recommend is that you have your phone with you and you get on your phone every day. You take 15 minutes every day to get on your phone and stay in touch with those men. You should be moving fairly quickly through that. You're connecting, matching, couple little icebreakers, and then you're on my third hack for you is you're on a phone call or a video. I really think it's important that you talk to the person you're going to date before you go to see them. Here's why. Don't want to waste your time. This video is all about my 5 best hacks, and wasting time is the last thing you want to do. And I'm sure you could agree with me 100%. So make sure that you get on a phone call and a video, because you're going to be able to tell right away if this person, if the way they talk, the way they express themselves, the way they dress, they hold themselves in a video, you're going to be able to tell a lot about that person. And or just on a phone call. I mean, you can pick so much from voice inflection and how they speak and the language they use. So make sure that you take time to, if they don't agree to a phone call or a video, then move on. You don't need to talk to them, because that's unacceptable. I would want to meet somebody. It's not a blind date. You don't need to go on blind dates. So have the courage to start getting on the phone and see if there's a connection. And make sure that you, this is my 4th hack, ask the right questions. It's so important that you ask the right questions. What are you aligned religiously, politically? Are your kids at the right ages? I mean, if these are things important to you, do you want a man with younger kids because you have a younger child? Do you want a man who has children who are already off out of the house, out of the nest? So you really need to think this through. How far do you want to drive? How long are you willing to commute? These are things that need to be discovered in the discovery call, the video or phone call, so that you can determine whether or not you want to actually go through the effort of, dressing up and going out, especially right now because it's cold out. So that phone call or video is really going to be a game changer. You need to start using these features. And some of the apps have the feature of actually using it right through the site. Otherwise, make sure you get on a Google Voice number, or you can get a burner phone and do FaceTime, or you can do like a Zoom. So just make sure that you think that safety through. Make sure that they can't get direct access to you, know where you live, etc. So, all right, before I move on to the final hack, make sure you like, subscribe, and please comment. I love hearing from you, and I love your questions and comments and suggestions for topics for videos. Okay, don't forget, I'm going to put the Bumble training in the comment section below if you want to grab that and check that out. All right, the next and final hack is just meet for a cup of coffee or a glass of wine. Don't stay longer. I don't recommend dinner. So, and here's why. Because you may not resonate with them. They may not be your cup of tea, and you show up and you're like, oh, I just committed to 2.5 hours with this person and I don't even want to have a drink with them. Just do a coffee or a glass of wine, because they could invite you. Do you want to get a bite to eat? Because they like you and you like them and you're hitting it off, then yes, you can stay. But don't overstay. This is a meeting to see if there's a connection. And yes, you can stay for food if you get invited, but if there's no connection, even if you like this person, you don't need to stay past an hour. It's like an hour meeting. See if there's a connect. If there is, make sure you give him the energy that you would say yes if he asked you out again. That's important. So you want to be like, I had a good time. Thank you for meeting me. Or I had a good time. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed getting to know you and hearing about blank. So make sure you think about what he shared with you, and in closing, just wrap it up with like, I had a great time. I really liked hearing about your the project that you're doing at work. I'd love to hear more about it down the road if you feel like sharing. So that's kind of like you're opening the door for him to ask you out again. And I don't recommend texting after you leave. Once you thank him graciously, clear eye contact, smiling if you want to get asked out again, then you leave. That's it. It should be that quick. You should be able to get Sunday, start talking him in, and be on a date by that weekend. So I hope this was helpful, and just know I'm always sending you so much love, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Let me feel your love again, 'cause I've been running round in circles, screaming out your name. Take me to a different place. Just the two of us and we can stay up all night.